I guess the schedule really starts kicking up now with Albany into what you got coming forward. How do you start handling this on a week-to-week basis at this point of the year?
Well, we're used to it. Last year we had 10 one-goal games, and Final Four was a one-goal game, and now the basketball team's taken after us from a year ago, and now we're starting where they just left off. So I guess it's a way of life, and it speaks for recruiting, the growth of the sport at the high school level, where everybody has a good recruiting year anymore. And there's a lot more parity in the sport, and we almost expect these close games.
When you look back on tape of the Albany game, defense gives up 16, but is that a little different 16, I imagine, against Albany than you'd feel about other teams?
Well, it is. Funny that it was an identical score last year, just, we win instead of them like last year. But I think those kids did a great job. I think we, having a do-over again, I think our matchups were pretty good down low. We were so worried about them that we left a lot of their midfielders open up top. We left Ty Thompson open a lot up top because we were so concerned about those guys behind the cage. Probably having a do-over, we may have been a little slower to go to them and let our matchups come into play.
And then the last time you guys played Maryland, it maybe been the game that really spurred a lot of these rule changes here, as was that 6-5 game in the playoffs.
Oh, I'm sure it did.
Yeah, how different do you expect it to be now that they'll be forced to speed up at least a little bit against you guys?
Well, I think that they're going to want to try to get comfortable in the Carrier Dome, and they need to hold it a little bit offensively. And they haven't been a fast team, a fast playing team. They've been trying to be more efficient, rely on their defense has been very good. We expect it to be very good on Saturday. And they've got some younger players out there that I'm sure they're going to want to give them a little time, let them hold the ball in the Carrier Dome a little bit and get comfortable there.
If you guys, Maryland plays very deliberately. Do you guys have any ways that you're going to try to input this week to make them play faster this weekend?
It's a very difficult thing to do because you try to be overly aggressive with with our defense and their offense, and sometimes you create offense in that way. You go for a check and miss it. They go in for an easy goal. You get stretched out defensively, so it's a very difficult thing to do. We'll play our lacrosse, kind of feel them out as we go along, and see what we can take advantage of if they give us anything.
You just hit on Randy and how he's progressed in the first couple of games.
I think he's done great. Had some paperwork issues, missed the first scrimmage, got in against Towson, produced, did well against Siena, and in a very tight game, obviously was our most productive player there offensively. So I think he's getting along great with the guys. We're starting to understand him more and more, and I think every game that he's out there, you're going to see him on the field more.
You saw him, you switched hit Stotts and Derek Maltz there for a little bit, midfield attack. Is that something we could see throughout the years, or still just trying to get the best six on the field, really?
Yeah, I think we want to get the best out there, and it depends. Some of it's matchup issues, and how they're playing Derek, or if the third guy, we feel we can dodge more, we might put Randy out there a little bit more, and if they're off the ball, then we want to get Derek out there because he's so good off the ball and picking with our other players, and they're both going to play.
Coach, I know you've watched all the other teams on campus here make their ACC debuts. How nice will it be for your team to actually get out there and get into ACC play?
Yeah, it's obviously we went from being an independent to a Big East team, and now we're switching conferences. So there's somewhat of a learning curve with that. Who they are, the importance of each game, and knowing that there'll be an AQ going forward. So it'll be different for us.
Coach, through 2 games, how have you felt that the play of Chris Daddy?
I said all along we've worked harder at that position than anything else. Chris has done a good job of changing his technique. Coach Donahue has fixed some things for him, and we think that we've seen improvement, and I continue to do so. Now we just got to make some better decisions once we get the ball, and that'll really help us out.